Sit on your heels with all your 10 toes curled under and just give this a try. I know it's intense. If it's too intense, uncurl them. Just close your eyes here for a moment and let your toes bring you in the here and now, away from your head, away from everything you've been doing today. And then slide your hands forward and begin to shift your weight back into downward dog. Hips go up, hands are down in front of you, and feet are hip distance apart. And just feel for a moment your down dog. Feel your body. You've probably been moving around in your head, not around in your body. So do that for a moment. Maybe shifting the hips, maybe moving the head, maybe moving the feet, the legs. Do what you feel. Don't look at me. Just explore in your body. And make sure your breath is deep and full. And then from here, bring your knees down on the ground. Let your heart lift to the sky. And then when you exhale, curl back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your knees down, bring your heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're moving between those two. Inhale, knees down, heart in between the upper arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing the tailbone up, lift your navel, and exhale, shift back. Now take a full deep breath in your down dog. And then begin to walk your hands to your feet, so to the back of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you need. Shake your head yes and no. And then interlace your hands behind your back and fold forward. So you really don't want to have a rounded spine here. Bend your knees as much as you need for your hamstrings to be able to lengthen your spine and fold. Release the hands down, and now this time walk forward to your plank pose. Curl your tailbone under, lift your navel, strong core. Exhale, lower all the way down. Fingertips come wide. Inhale, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back, free your neck. And then exhale, slowly lower down on your belly. Once more, wave the spine up. So you really want to do this with your core strength, not just pressing the hands down, lifting yourself into an arc in the low back. See if you can do this with your strength. Release down, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and then come back to downward dog. Shake your head yes and no whenever you like. And then bring your big toes together. Lift your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Open the hip all the way to the other side. Keep the right shoulder down. And breathe into the space that you feel in your hips right now. Right armpit stays down. And then step your foot forward in between your hands. Back heel is above the ball of your foot. And then inhale, lift into your core. Pull your navel up. Exhale, heart forward, hips back. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, press the heel away from you. Inhale, coil in. Exhale, heart forward, heel back. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now place the left fingertips wider than your mat. Reach the right arm up and over. Lift into your navel and then stretch the heart away from that leg. Either a little twist or a big twist if your body allows you to. Breathe. And then release the hands on the inside of your right foot. Let the heart go forward once more, heel back. Feel that stretch in the hip. And then press the hands down and step to downward dog with the right leg back up into the sky. Again, right shoulder moves down. So you're only opening here in the right hip, not in the right shoulder. Maybe just circle out your foot and then slowly release the foot down. Come forward into plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down. From here again, fingertips wide, lift in your cobra, heart to the sky. Free your neck. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up, again making sure your core is engaged. Exhale, release. Hands underneath the shoulders, press back either through plank or through the knees to downward dog. Big toes together, left leg to the sky, bend your knee and open your hip. Press into both hands equally and again, bring the left shoulder down. Fill up the low back a little bit so that you're not hanging in the back. And have the feeling of stacking the sit bones on top of each other. From there, let the knee come forward, step your foot in between your hands, frame your foot with your fingertips. Inhale, pull from the core. Exhale, heart forward, heel back. Inhale, round your spine lightly. Exhale, heart forward, heel back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, good. Bring the right fingertips wide. Lift your left arm up, lift into your core, and then open the heart. So don't twist from the hips. See if you can keep the hips more or less in line with each other. And you do that by keeping that right leg super active. Right thigh moves to the sky. And then exhale, release your hands. Fingertips on the inside of your foot, lengthen your heart forward. And then press the hands down and step to downward dog with that left leg into the sky. Hip opens, knee bends. And then release your foot next to the right. Come forward into plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Fingertips come wide. Inhale, connect to your core, tailbone lengthens. And if you don't want to come up so high, that's absolutely fine. Just a little lift is enough. Once more, inhale, little tense of your fingertips. Connect to your core. And exhale, release. Hands underneath your shoulders, press up and back to downward facing dog. And now prepare for another round. Let your big toes come together, right leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. And exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Slowly move it forward. And then bring the left heel down this time. Hands come behind your back. Interlace your fingers, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, keep that right hip back when you fold all the way forward. Let the head and the neck relax. Especially when you don't dare to relax them, see if you can give it a try. Let your feet be your steady base. And feel that beautiful opening in your hips. Slowly release the arms, bring the fingertips down, inhale. And then exhale, step to down dog with the right leg up into the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Now feel free to stay here or drop the ball of your right foot behind the left knee. So not behind the left foot, behind the left knee. Open your heart in Wild Thing or Rockstar. And slowly release back. Bring your right knee back. Bring your right foot next to the left. Shake out your left wrist next to your hip in downward dog. And then inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower or hover this time. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Remember, up dog is without the knees on the ground, just the hands and the strong feet. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Let your left leg rise up to the sky, bend your knee, open your hip. Again, connecting to your core, bringing the left shoulder down. And then exhale, step your foot forward, bring your right heel onto the ground. Now again, the left hip stays back when you interlace your fingers behind your back and fold the spine forward like a waterfall. Really make sure that your left hip doesn't pop out to the left. Stay strong in your feet and your legs and find the freedom in your spine. And then release your hands down, inhale. Exhale, step to downward dog with the left leg up into the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. Feel free to stay here or drop the ball of your left foot behind the right knee. Let your left arm reach up and over for your Wild Thing. Find your peak here. And then exhale, release the hand. Step back to downward dog. And then go ahead, shake out that right wrist next to your right hip. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Exhale, lower or chaturanga if you can find the core strength. Inhale, rise up, cobra or up dog. Feel free to stay to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then for the last time, let your right leg lift into the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. You should feel some extra stretch there now. And then come forward to pigeon, making sure that the right toes point towards the right knee, flexing the foot. Now release into pigeon, but make sure you move the inner thighs back so you're not just dipping down into the earth, you're moving the inner thighs back, maybe even curling the toes under. And then let your heart go to the sky a little bit or a little bit more. Exhale, fold forward to wherever that is for you today. Maybe on your elbows, maybe hands underneath your forehead. And then you can relax the left toes back. So you don't want to hang on your right hip. You want to have both hips more or less squared. So if you feel you're hanging all the way over to your right side, just place a pillow or a blanket underneath your right buttock. Now, if you feel stuck in this pose, my favorite thing to do is just moving around a little bit. So maybe your shoulders need to move, your face needs just to move a little. And then press back, hands underneath your shoulders. Move to downward dog. If you like, shake that right leg out or stretch it out into the sky. And exhale, release the foot. And then lift your left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip, keeping the left shoulder down. And then bring it forward into pigeon. Again, flexing that left foot, toes towards the knee. And then release down. Make sure that the inner thighs roll back, the heart opens, and the navel lifts. Roll your shoulders back. Find your full expression of this pose wherever it is. And then feel the counter pose. Fold forward over that left leg. Release your elbows, your hands, your fists. So don't be too ambitious, just feeling where your body feels best. And again, if you're hanging too much on your left hip, just place a blanket or a pillow underneath your left buttock or hip or thigh. And again, if you need to move something, you can move your shoulders or your face, feeling still the flow of your breath, flow of your body. And let your face muscles be soft. One more long deep breath here. And then rise out away from your posture and press back to downward dog. If you like, with the left leg up into the sky, pressing both hands down. Exhale, release your foot. From here, ripple one more time forward into plank. Lower yourself down or chaturanga. Lift up, upper dog or cobra. And then pull back from your navel, come to downward facing dog. Relax your head and your neck. Roll your shoulders back. And then release the knees down. Shift your hips back. And then release in child's pose. Let your forehead relax, your arms stretch forward. And then begin to rise up. Cross your feet behind you, sit back on your sit bones. And then take the outside of your feet with your hands. Make sure the elbows are on the inside of the knees, like happy baby pose. And then lengthen your spine, shift back on the center of your sit bones. Either press your feet out in front of you for a little bit more of a boat pose, or stretch them all the way up and wide like a V. Now, when you're here, let the heart go up to the sky, let the gaze go up to the sky, and find your balance with the help of your core. Breathe long, deep breaths. And exhale, release the soles of the feet together, knees go wide, and fold forward. Whether it's a little bit forward or all the way forward. Let the breath be deep and long. Let your face be soft, especially the space between your eyebrows. And then slowly rise away from the ground. Cross your feet. Let your arms rise up to the sky when you inhale. And exhale, twist your torso towards the right. Let the left hand land on the outside of the right knee. Right fingertips behind you. Twist from the navel, not so much from the hips or the low back. And then reach the crown of the head up to the sky. Slowly turn back. Let your fingertips rise and twist toward your left. Lift your navel up and in. Don't force the twist. Let your body open up with your breath. And then rise back up with your arms. Inhale. Reach the fingertips up to the sky. Let your legs straighten down on the ground or keep them bent and then roll down on your back. Do this very slowly using your core muscles. Relax your face and your shoulders. And once you're down, you can stretch your arms overhead, stretch the legs long, interlace the fingers and press the palms of the hands away from you. And then bend your knees. Take the soles of your feet together and hold onto your ankles. Knees are open wide like Baddha Konasana. Maybe you want to roll your head from side to side. Maybe you just want to stay here. Or maybe you want to do any other posture that feels right at this moment. Let the feet relax back on the ground with the soles of the feet together, the knees wide. And then a reclined Baddha Konasana here. Follow your breath with your mind. If you feel any tension in the knees, feel free to bring something underneath your thighs or your hips, little pillows or a blanket. You can stay here if it feels really good, or you can stretch your legs out in front of you and release the hands by your side for Shavasana. Let everything go here, even your breath, even your mind. Let your mind do whatever it wants to do right now. And stay here for as long as you like, whether it's a minute, 10 minutes, half an hour. Just release everything into the ground. Namaste.